So whenever you're ready, let's go fly.
All right.
Just gently. It's still, the engine's still a little cold, so when you bring the power in, just real slow. As long as your heels are on the floorboards, nothing bad can happen. There you go. Hold her there. Here comes the nose, or the tail's getting light. Tail's off the ground. Great job. Bring the nose on up, and away you go. Good. Now lower that nose a little bit. A little bit more. Give me some more speed. Lower that nose a little bit. There we go. Now start bringing the power on back to about 1750. Or I'm sorry, 1850. Perfect. Nice. Good job.
All right, thanks.
A little different than the Champ.
Oh, yeah.
And fantasy of flight right down below. And either bring the power back a little bit or bring the nose up. Now, over here off your left, when we get about another 100 feet higher, you're going to be able to see it. Right over here, there's a big hole in the ground, a big old, it's actually an old abandoned phosphate mine. I'd like you to fly right over the top of that. Yeah, it looks like the weather's coming in from the northeast, and it's all rising clouds, so we're looking good.
It's right there.
Yeah, exactly. And where we're going to be flying today, Kevin, is out here to the northwest. As you come around, fly right over the top of that thing, just keep on heading out there, and you'll see all that grassy area. Just bring that nose up a little bit more, and just keep on flying. So you've got to feel right at home right about now, huh?
Yeah. Nice.
This is what it's like, except for, there we go, now the ceiling's getting a bit better. Let's see if we can get a little higher if it's possible. We'll go up to about maybe 1,000 feet here if we can. So if you like to add a little bit more power, that's fine as well. Good. Now, we're going to be doing a lot of the old stuff, you know, this is airplane's a trainer and excels at training people. So, you know, look over the side of the airplane. We have a lot of section lines. You can see them right here. There's east and west, there's north and south. So that's going to be helpful on our flight here today.
Okay.
So, I'll tell you what, this is fine right for now. Let's do a 360 to your left. If you put that left wire up there parallel with the horizon and a little bit above the horizon, generally, that's a level turn of the sky. I'm looking around back behind you. Let's try a 360 to your left.
All right.
Perfect. So this would be a good airplane and a good area to get your private in because you got that wire up there. And you have all these section lines down below to see which direction you're going. Obviously, your compass, you can't really read it. Good. This is, we'll call this 270 degrees. You can see you have a little line right here. There's another one over there. When we're heading back to the north, we'll roll the wings back level. We'll try one to the right.
Okay.
Nice. Same deal to your right. On this one, you'll notice you're going to have to use a little bit of right rudder pedal pressure. Perfect. Now, unfortunately for you here today, Kevin, you're sitting right in the front cockpit. You're right on the center of gravity. Your center of gravity is about 2 to 3 inches behind the airplane CG. So you actually have to look at that turn of bank indicator. Now, when you solo the airplane, you fly it from back here, and basically your whole body becomes that little black ball.
Yeah.
So you can really feel the airplane yawing left and yawing right. Very good. We're coming back here to westerly heading. And we'll do another 90-degree turn to your right. Just keep going to your right until we're going back to the north. There's a... Perfect. Interesting. All right, I'll tell you what, we're down here, we're here at 800 feet, and you're a pilot. I'm comfortable with this.
Okay.
If you're comfortable, let's try a lazy, another lazy A. We'll do one. Let's go down a little bit, 100 feet. We'll do one to the left, followed by one to the right, and no stopping in between the too on this, okay? Yeah, now we have a nice clear horizon. Whenever you're ready, let's try it. 10 degrees to your left and bring it on up. Beautiful. Hold it right here. Over the top we go. Gravity will pull the nose through the horizon here. Downhill she flies. Start rolling on out to the right. Do the same thing to right. Listen to it. You're going about 110. 10 degrees to your right. Bring it on up. And a little right rudder right here over the top. Beautiful. Look how slow this thing is. That's why they call it lazy. Nice and slow over the top. Downhill she flies. That's a lazy 8. Nice. Those are, and again, those are on your commercial flight check. And the way I do them, it's more important to learn how to listen to the airplane, going fast and slow, and get some significant pitch changes. But when you do them on your commercial, it's really a precise maneuver, and it's right on the... All right, so what I'd like you to do on this next one is just bring the power back to about 1,300 RPM. Okay. Now, can you hear the whistle of the wind in the wires at this point? If you can't, lower the nose for me a little bit. The faster she goes downhill, the louder it gets.
Oh, yeah.
You hear that whistle?
Yep.
All right, so bring the airplane back to level flight. And start, keep bringing the nose up. Just listen to it. Listen to it. It's getting really, really quiet. You don't have to look at an airspeed indicator to know how fast you're going. And when it stalls, just hold the stick right where it's at. Look what it does. Nose comes right back up. Extremely docile stall characteristics. And bring the power back in, and away you go. There we go. So this is the epitome of flying is supposed to be fun right here. No radio back here, no transponder back here. It's awesome. Beautiful. I'll tell you what, we're here at 500 feet. This is great. Let's try another one of those lazy 8s here. So now we're down here low enough or we're not going to go into the clouds here. There's no one around you here. Kevin, let's try one left or right, your choice.
Okay. Go left.
Go left. Beautiful. Hold it right there. Up you go. Here comes the nose. Beautiful job. You'll be doing these in your Cessna all the time now.
I'll have to start practicing.
Yeah. Roll it on out. Try one right to your right. Awesome. A little right rudder right here over the top. Give it a little help over the top. A little history of this airplane that you're flying here. It was auctioned off in 1946. No longer needed by the Navy. It only had about 1,600 hours on it since new. But you think about that, it flew 4 years, 1,600 hours in 4 years. Wow, that's a lot, you know, you think about it. And back then they used to overhaul the engines about every 400 or 500 hours. So it went through 4 engines or so. It was sold for $310, went out to California, and was owned by 2 guys until 1950. They sold it to the San Joaquin Valley Mosquito Abatement Company, and they tried to kill mosquitoes with it. That didn't do too well because it made a lot of pilots sick. The stuff that they were using was DDT. So not a good deal. Lastly, I went to the Kings River agricultural fleet, and they used it as a crop duster. It was wrecked in 1972, and my father bought it. It took him 18 years to restore it. Oh, wow. So we've had it for about 42 years or so. Now, this is kind of an interesting thing. Keep the wings low. I'm going to show you this. You can actually see the stall happening on the wings on this thing. It will, we'll do a kind of a power-on stall. If you look between the wing struts out here, we'll start to see the fabric flapping around. Oh, go ahead and bring the nose on up. Watch what this thing does. You'll see the stall, the airflow departing from the airflow. That's good right there. Hold it right there. Now look between the struts.
Oh yeah.
See it moving? Here's your stall right here. So that's our stall warning. And there's your power on stall. not too bad, huh?
Oh, nice.
Not too bad at all. Right over the nose, if we flew this direction for about, I don't know, 6 or 7 miles, you'll see this lake right there. See that lake on the left? On the far west side of that lake, back in World War II, there was an Army Air Corps training base there. 220 Stearmans were based there.
Oh, wow.
And so where you're flying at right here, this is their practice area. So we had Stearmans in Lakeland. Down here is Bartow. P-51s and T-6s were there. Down this way about an hour, Sebring. You might have heard about Sebring from the old car race they have down there. The car race is actually on the airport property. P-17s were down there.
Oh, wow.
Doing training, a lot of training going on here in Central Florida because, let's face it, the weather's nice, you know, all year round.
Right.
Well, you want to go back and try a landing or two?
Sure.
Let's make a right-hand turn, and we'll climb back up to about 800 feet. We'll shoot 2 landings. Fantasy of flight, you can see it off your right as you come around. Right off, it's about 90 degrees to you right now.
Oh, okay, the tower right there?
Tower, exactly. Yep. Now, keep looking to your right of that red and white tower. It's hard to see it. You will see it once you get a little closer. There's a bluish green tower right over there. That's a good reporting point. So bring the power back into about 1850. We'll climb back up. Between us and Fantasy of Flight is a city, Polk City, so we'll go up to 1,000 feet to get over that. There you go. That's good on the power. And so what we'll do is we'll probably use our main runway, the same runway we took off from. We'll look at the wind. And we'll shoot a landing there. And the wind is going to be left to right, which is actually nice because it's going to be coming right off the water, so it's smooth. When it comes right to left, there's a bunch of trees down there, and it can be kind of brutal when it's blowing like 20. Very nice. All right, so there's your runway right here. It goes from the interstate to the attraction. There's your, you can see the wind drift there. So I'm going to bring the carby to hot here. Okay. So if you want to, yeah, we're looking good here. So let's start slowing it down a little bit here. There you go. Carby's hot. Okay. We have a lot of runway here. Man, it's nice up here today. So you, at Harvey, they still have that grass runway, right?
Yes.
There. This Stearman on grass is really, really nice. The Stearman on pavement, not. So there's power lines right below you. Now, we'll bring the power back here because start listening to it. Perfect. Now we'll chop the power all the way to idle here now. Listen to it. Left wing down and keep it off the ground. Keep it off the ground. Keep it off the ground. And there we go. Now this is where it gets tough right here in that champ. So you got to treat the rudder pedals like a boxing match. Just jab at them. There you go. How'd you feel about that? Pretty good?
Yeah.
All right. Here on this next one, what I want you to do is as you come down, let's actually turn around. We got extra time, so we'll go back and get some more runway. Okay. But this next landing, you come down and get the airplane right above the ground, and then just keep it off the ground as long as you can. And what will happen is the airplane will transition into a three-point attitude. So you want to slow the airplane down in the ground, in the air, rather than on the ground. All right, let's bring it around here, Kevin. Okay. Line it up, and like before, you want to look straight ahead, focus on infinity on takeoff, and just look for the little white runway markers. A lot of times people like to look left and look right, and when they do that, the airplane goes that way. All right, get it all lined up. There you go. All right, just gently bring the power on in. You're going to have left to right crosswind here once again. So that's a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit. It's going to the right. There, now she's ready. Bring it on up. And you want to lower the nose a little bit. Get it back to your left. Lower the nose. You get some buffet going through these trees right here. And then we'll bring the power back. Cool. Now, Lewis Green water tower is off your right. If you fly over the top of that, it gives you a pretty nice distance on your pattern here.
Okay.
There we go. And then power back to about 1700. So again, bait we're looking for in the pattern, full pattern like this is about 75 or so. And you know what, I'm cool with keeping the speed up on the downwind on the base. You know, see if you slow down to 75 on short final, we have a mile runway.
Okay.
So right ahead of you, you'll see a small little lake. And that generally turns my base downwind to base about the middle of that lake. On the far side of that lake is a school and a bunch of houses.
Okay.
So, and of course, there's the sun right ahead of us.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's all right. It wound up being good enough to get out.
Cool. All right, let's make our base turn here. Car beats hot.
Okay.
This would be a one of those ideal storms, you know, perfect storm for carbides. You have high humidity, and it's 70 degrees.
Well, when I checked the weather last week, you know, with Lakeland going on, I saw there was another tornado warning, and that wouldn't have been good to have that happen again.
I was over there for that big thing, and the tornado they had there. It was surreal, let me tell you. Perfect, nice job. Nice approach. I always was taught that the quality of your landing is dependent on your approach. Don't worry about getting the first blade of grass. Go on down the runway about a third of the way.
Okay.
Therefore, we won't scare the cars. Perfect. Now, we'll start bringing the power back here. Now, listen to it. Don't worry about that speed. You got plenty of airspeed. Perfect. Now, we'll... Nice. Perfect. Much better this one than the last one. And there's your landing. At a wheel landing, that's fine. She slows down here, up to the tail. Now, it pretty much goes straight down the runway until it slows down about 20 miles an hour because you lose rudder authority going that slow. So it's going to start doing this right here.
Okay.
So tell Bunky you landed a Stearman twice.
All right.
He'll be very impressed with you. Nice job. Just take me home. And all we're looking for here, alligators, turtles, and cows. I don't see any of that stuff on the runway. Believe me, there's a turtle that walked across our taxiway up here going into the ramp yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And I kid you not, the thing was 2 feet in diameter. It's huge, and it was one of those, they call them snapping turtles. And so if you try and pick it up, like the box turtles, you can pick them up. The snapper turtles, their neck is really long. They can actually bite you.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't mess with that guy. good here. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take it from here. I'm going to put this thing right back where we found it here.
All right.
Great job with her.
Thank you.
And Jill does a pretty nice job keeping everybody out of the way. We kind of talked about the full swivel capabilities. You know, the steering system on it is really nice. You found out that you can put the thing in really narrow areas like this. And to shut it down, all you got to do is, Kevin, bring the mixture all the way back to lean. Take one and then take a deep whiff. You'll smell 100 octane for one last time. Great job.